story that talking about I found this, found that. People aren't really living in America. That wasn't even called America. And there's a how you go to my I discovered it was people already living on the land.
Let's see, it says call to listen, number 2. How does that work? So you just listen. Said put it to your ear, maybe we can put it on there. Oh,
Somebody talking. He was born in 1841. I can't understand that. Almost like my grandma.
yeah, I know.
Themselves, they faced unimaginable brutality. After being marched to slave forts on the coast, shaved to prevent lice, and branded, they were loaded onto ships bound for the Americas. About 20% of them would never see land again. Most captains of the day were tight packers, cramming as many men as possible below deck. While the lack of sanitation caused many to die of disease, and others were thrown overboard for being sick or as discipline, the captains ensured their profits by cutting off slaves' ears as proof of purchase.
Wow.
Some captives took matters into their own hands. Many inland Africans had never seen whites before and thought them to be cannibals, constantly taking people away and returning for more. Afraid of being eaten, or just to avoid further suffering, they committed suicide or starved themselves, believing that in death their souls would return home. Those who survived were completely dehumanized, treated as mere cargo. Women and children were kept above deck and abused by the crew, while the men were made to perform dances in order to keep them exercised and curb rebellion. What happened to those Africans who reached the New World, and how the legacy of slavery still affects their descendants today, is fairly well known. But what is not often discussed is the effect that the Atlantic slave trade had on Africa's future. Not only did the continent lose tens of millions of its able-bodied population, but because most of the slaves taken were men, the long-term demographic effect was even greater. When the slave trade was finally outlawed in the Americas,
That's a collar?
the African kingdoms whose economies it had come to dominate collapsed,
And it comes with
leaving
a
them
key.
open to conquest and
Yeah,
colonization.
you put a key in there.
And the increased competition and influx of European
Oh
weapons,
my gosh.
warfare and
It
instability
says here,
that
baby,
continues
no slave
to
must
this
go
day.
beyond the limits
The
of the
Atlantic slave
plantation
trade
without
also contributed to the development of racist ideology. Most African slavery had no deeper reason than legal punishment or intertribal warfare. But the Europeans who appreciated universal religion and who had long ago outlawed enslaving fellow Christians.
So this is how they breathed underneath the.
Obviously at odds with their ideals of equality. So they claimed that Africans were biologically
The cotton? Yeah.
destined to be slaves, making great efforts to justify this theory.
Slave population.
Thus, slavery in Europe and the Americas acquired racial basis, making it impossible for slaves and their future descendants to attain equal status in society. In all of these ways, the Atlantic slave trade was an injustice on a massive scale, whose impact has continued long
mad as
after its
everything.
I
abolition.
know, right?
I'm gonna go visit. Such torture. So just.
This is about oh man, it's him again.
Slavery, the treatment of human beings as property, deprived
So just like me, that's what you.
Sure did.
Yeah, I'd rather read.
You need to sound, man. You sound just like you.
I know, it's funny.
Oh man.
They wrote them Atlantic Ocean, man.
Because they were, yeah, that was, because they go in somewhere else. I mean, they had to.
They had so many to get.
Slaves
Look here. crazy. 125 people. $29,000. That was a lot back then in 1860. We know that's probably like 9 million here now, this time.
So that's the colada. That's
Yeah, they route just back and forth. Look at that. Look at that.
wow.
And then don't forget.
So they went.
So these are all
The
the
Gulf
routes.
of Mexico.
That
Was
was
the location. Wow.
Yeah, how they just went to here.
Mobile.
And then which car right in here? When they stopped at all these islands, a lot of them got sold in here too. You got Jamaica somewhere in here. Cayman Islands. Look, they hit all this up. They just, I mean, it was just easy.
So what are these lines? Are these the main lines that they had, and then these people had to get to
They
here?
just showing you the red. They went to Mobile.
Oh, okay.
This is all, this is all the places they went. For some reason, they're not showing Texas, but they were down here in Mexico, and top of South America, and then they hit all these islands. This is where we do our cruises. They hit all them spots and went all down here. They just showing red. They went to Mobile, Alabama, and that's how they get African town.
Oh, so what he's saying here is this here. I was wondering what he's talking about. Because it's way down in the bottom. See, the sea was calm. Very sorry. Wow. I go back to Africa every night in my dreams. Oh, that's how it sounded. He said it was so loud.
The ship like that majority of the time is dark.
Wow.
Tells this story. 1858.
The last survivor died in Selma in June. Wow. Wow, I bet she had PTSD. She didn't like white folks for real.
So many people don't have very much freedom. Start living here. They start building here. They got no roads. Just gotta get some fire for light. Just beds, some ground, some wood, build your house. No running light, running water, no lights. This is photos of African going through that survivor. They can show them here. Just, you have to push line up.
I wonder how can they. This is one of the deeds of sale. Husband of Sally Lewis. Wow. 350? Is that a person or is that some property?
It says city of Mobile, and then I see the estate. Census fee. And it says advertising. Tax collector.
Pretty big in here, isn't it?
Omoli, Katie Cooper, Gracie Crib, Guy Crib, Handcuff,
Lottie Dennison, Samuel Johnson, Henny Healy, Osiah Healy,